morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm singing it today. Good morning, world. It's up you o'clock. Welcome to today's episode of Up You with Ezinne. Yes, I'm thrilled to dive into the topic that is both rich in cultural heritage and exciting in its modern evolution today. The Gele. Yes, the very one. This iconic head wrap is more than just a fashion statement. It's a symbol of beauty, pride, and tradition in Nigeria and West African culture. So, how you all doing? Our topic today is the evolution of Gele from traditional to ready to wear. Mhm. It's Up You with Ezinne, still your favorite female-centric show. And I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kanem, and I'm your host. As always, it's a pleasure to have you join us on every episode of Up You with Ezinne show. The topic is the evolution of Gele, from traditional to ready to wear. Please settle in, like, and share the link, and let's begin from the beginning. Yes, the Gele has deep historical roots, with a legacy spanning centuries. Traditionally, it's been a staple in various ceremonies and events, such as weddings, naming ceremonies, and religious festivals. What are those ceremonies without Gele? It's not, it won't be happening. So the art of tying a gele is a skill passed down through generations, often learned from elders in the community. These intricate and often elaborate head wraps require not only dexterity, but also a deep understanding of the cultural significance that they carry. So, but as we transitioned into modern times, the way we live and dress has inevitably influenced the gele. Mhm. With the fast paced nature of today's world, the traditional method of tying a gele, which can be time consuming and complex, has posed a challenge to many women. This is where the innovation of the ready to wear gele comes to play or came into the play. Ready to wear geles, aptly renamed Autogeleys, are a game changer, offering the perfect blend of tradition and convenience. The impact of ready to wear geles have been significant, and they have been warmly received by you and I and all the public, becoming increasingly popular for their ease of use and time saving benefits. Now, even those who may not have mastered the art of tying a traditional gele can enjoy its beauty and elegance. Yes, that's a little history on the gele right there for you, you know. So be kind to follow us on all our social media platforms at OP with Ezinne on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. We'd love to connect with you and keep the conversation going long after this episode has ended. Please like and share the stream. It is one way you help our ministry so that we can continue to serve you better. The topic today is the evolution of Gele from traditional to ready to wear. May I remind you that all episodes of Up You with Ezinne are on our YouTube and Ezinne. Be sure to follow us and don't miss a thing. Remember, settle in, share the link, like the link, and get ready to do what? To learn. Welcome, everyone. Like I said, it's time to bring our guest into the studios. This is Up You with Ezinne, and we are live on YouTube and Instagram. If you're just joining us, this is Up You with Ezinne, and the topic on the banner is the evolution of the gele, from traditional to ready to wear. Our guest today is Oluwafumilola Oluriola. also known as Abeke,
Abeke.
a Nigerian beautician and milliner, who is the founder and chief executive officer of Abeke Makeover Limited. She specializes in makeup artistry, hairstyling, portraiture, and millinery. Her work in modernizing the gele has been widely documented as she invented the technique that allows African milliners make geles ready to wear. The gele has not only made it more accessible, but also allowed women to achieve intricate designs effortlessly. This innovation maintains the cultural heritage of the gele while adapting to contemporary needs. Dear everyone, world over, please join me to welcome the brilliant mind behind the revolutionary Autogeleby. Looks like Abike has disappeared. Good morning, Abike. Okay, it looks like we lost her, so let me find her for us. Everybody, please just stay on while I find Abike. 1 minute. Yes, you can start to imagine how she came about this idea while I'm looking for her. Yes, 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 yes. And if you're on the stream, welcome, welcome. I see you. Please go ahead and like and share, and then bring in your friends here so that we can have a very robust conversation. Yes, so I'm removing her and I'm going to ask her to rejoin. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. So while we wait for her to come back, um, I will be reading for you again or telling you again about the auto gele and the gele. You know, when I was younger, those scarves, yes, where I come from, we call them ichafu. Those scarves, my mother will call me and tell me, Ezinne, come and tie my scarf for me. And I will come. And we used to tie them with office pins. Between choking my hands and making the scarf to go really very high, because I mean, there was no style book. So we're just creating stuff from our heads. And sometimes when we finish, I would have built a house on her head, a big house. And then, I just used to wonder. They will go to events or church or something, then they sit down and block everybody's view. It was such a hilarious thing. We'll tie it, then we'll say, hold it. Okay, is it tight? And to think that many years later, Abike came along and then saved us from all of that. We're waiting for Abike to rejoin us in the studio so that we can have this conversation. Of course, all of West Africa understands what we mean by Gele. Gele has become a word that is generally accepted. I kind of think maybe it's a Yoruba word, but then it's become accepted everywhere, as something. And when I say Gele, everybody knows what you're talking about. Okay, I hope that Abike comes back very quickly so that we can continue on this show. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's going to be a good one. Yes, 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 yes. We're waiting. Okay. I'm going to put a call through to Abike to find out what is going on. That is a first. Like I always say, there's always a first time for everything. So this is a first. We're calling her on the show. Abike, what's going on? Can you please come back in?
Trying to log in back is asking me to get the app, the Safari.
I don't know. I'm using the same.
You know, everybody can hear what you're saying to me. Your life.
I don't know.
No, I
I'm
put it on
sorry.
your life. So just simply click on that link I sent to you. That's all you need to
That's what
do.
that's what I did, and then it's taking me back. Oh Jesus.
You shouldn't. Okay, she's having some technical challenges. So we wait for her. Okay. Okay. While we wait for her, I was saying that the gele, it has come of age from when I used to tie it for my mother up until now. It doesn't even look the same. The gele has really matured. It's been established, like they say, and yes, now it is a very stylish component of fashion and also of culture. So this morning we're going to have this conversation, whether they like it or they don't like it. We're going to have this conversation on how Abike invented the auto gele. Yeah, stay with us while we sort out the challenges that we have. While we wait for Abike, let me use this opportunity to talk to you about the OPU Women Conference, which is coming up on the 31st of August, 2024. Have you heard about it? Or have you registered? If you've registered, thank you. The love is massive from everywhere, from Cameroon to Calabar to Ghana to Aba to Enugu to Port Harcourt, Abuja, and of course Lagos. And then the online, the virtual people, oh my goodness. Um, from the UK to Canada to Germany, to oh, it's just so massive. I looked in yesterday and I'm like, oh my god. Thank you so much for all the people that are supporting us and partnering with us, all the brands. Thank you. And a massive thank you to the corporate organization that sent 50 women. Oh God, I was blown away. And it's still open. You can send your staff, you can send the women in your life, you can send the workers in your church. We just want women to come and, you know, sort out themselves and discuss and learn about going through the fire and triumphing in adversity. So, yes, make sure that you register if you're not registered. The lineup is a stellar one, is A list, and is from all over the world. We have phenomenal women who've fallen down 9 times, gotten up 7 times, coming to share their experiences with every single one of us. It is just so amazing. Very amazing. And so please make sure you join us on 31st of August 2024 at Ebony Life Place, Victoria Island, Lagos. Um, it promises to be a very phenomenal day. And like we like to say, it is the definitive conference of the year. You don't finish going to that conference and remain the same. So make sure that you're registered to attend the OPU Women Conference 2024. And please do follow us on Instagram at OPU Conferences to get updates on what's going on. We're looking forward to having you. Thank you very much. To Let me see if I can list all our sponsors right now before we continue on the show. Okay, let's see. Let's see. So thank you, Stampik IBTC. Thank you, the Coca-Cola Company. Thank you, um, Protection Plus Services. Thank you, Sparkish Delight. Thank you, um, thank you, Golden Penny Foods. Thank you, Jane Onwumere Foundation. Thank you, Isoken Wabunka Foundation. Thank you, Adaba Initiatives. Thank you. This word, uh, Soul Melange. I hope I didn't mother that brand. Thank you so much. Thank you, WFM. Thank you, New Africa. Thank you, Champion Newspapers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, thank you, Rosemary's Self Furnishing Company. Yes. So thank you. And right now, Abike is back and looking very glamorous.
Thank
Good morning,
you.
Abike. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm fine. Thank you very much, ma'am.
When somehow when the universe knows that the discussion is going to be phenomenal, they begin to glitch up some things, but we are winners here, right? We don't give up. So
Definitely.
we keep
Definitely.
doing it until we get it right. So
Definitely.
welcome back to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you.
Are you ready to roll?
Absolutely.
First of all, I like your earrings. Can I have them?
Yes, if you want.
Oh my goodness. All right, Abike, let's do this. So tell me, yeah, a bit about yourself, your background, and how you became interested in makeup and hairstyling.
Okay, so I just found that I was just naturally. Let me start from the very, very beginning, which was when I was little.
Mm-hmm,
I was in about primary five,
mm-hmm,
and I have fine hair that doesn't grow so fast, and my younger
mm-hmm.
sister and my mom have the like bush, if you know what I mean. So their hair grows
The
fast and it's
African hair,
smooth.
yeah, the
You
afro.
understand? Yes, but mine
Mm-hmm,
is not like that. So it took I realized that most of the time my mom will start my younger sister's hair. She'll start making hair for her. I'll say, "Ah, mommy, what of me?" She'll say, "Your own has not grown." So whenever I feel like this one that they're doing hair for her, what of me? I'll just look for some money, buy rubber, or what do they call it? Thread. When we go to school, we usually used to get to school earlier than most people. So once we get to school, I'll just sit down and you know what they call puff puff. You know those hair
mm-hmm.
that you make.
Yes,
Yes, those
yes,
time.
I know that
Yes,
style.
yes. So I would do
Mm-hmm,
it on my hair by myself. So I'll do it for like, I'll do it in the morning when we close, when we're going home, I'll remove it, I'll comb my hair back. So nobody would know that I've done anything. Then I'll do that for like a week or so.
mm-hmm.
So by the time the week runs out, when I tell my mommy, "Oh yeah, mommy, do my own hair too now," we'll now see that she'll now say, "Okay, your hair is actually doing fine. I think I can do it." And then she'll start doing it. That was my very, very first experience. Then, secondly, when we went to secondary school, of course, boarding school, Federal Government College, Ikiru, we had, girls hostel. Everybody wants to make their hair. Not everybody knew how to. Somehow, I looked at somebody's hand and I knew I could weave, and that was how I started weaving hair, right? And so weaving hair, plaiting thread, and all those normal ones, I was used to them. So when I went to university, I had the I realized that I found myself always in the salon. Either I'm doing my nails or somebody's doing my hair for me. I just was very comfortable being in the salon. So after noticing that, I think what happened was I had a friend of mine that I saw. I think I went home on holiday and came back, and I saw that her hair wasn't looking good. She didn't look so nice as I thought that she should. And I had some weave on that I had kept in one corner. I said, "Okay, you know what? Come, let me do this thing for you. I can do this. You can't be my friend and you'll be looking like this." That's how I now took her to my room and I fixed weave on for her. Her hair. I used the hair to cover. You know how we put our own hair over the
Mm-hmm.
weave.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I did it, because I knew how to weave very well, I snatched her face. So by the time we got, so before that, when we were in the room, it looked like I fell into a trance where I saw myself in a salon because we were in front of a mirror And in that mirror, there was like a brief flash where I saw myself in like a salon with some girls behind me doing hair and just doing all these fashion things. And from there, it just came to me like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So I left and followed her to her room, our hostel. So when we got to our hostel, from there were some guys, on the balcony, and we were coming, I and her. So as we were coming, I remember the guy saying, what's it? Biggie, you look so good. They had not seen the back. The hair was almost looking like this, but just the little change in her face was a big deal. Like, people were now shouting, Bridget, look at you. All that story. So that thing that happened gave me like some confidence to know that I can do this. So the very next day, I went to Lagos Island. My school was in Agoiwoye. I then left and went to Lagos Island, and Lagos Island Market, to be specific, Balogun. I took a sheet of paper and pen, and I asked them, if I want to do hair, what do I need? If I want to do makeup, what do I need? No, it wasn't makeup, it was hair, nails, pedicure. Those were the things I was doing. What do I need? So they told me, okay, you need this one, you buy this one. They told me all the price. I wrote everything down. So from there, I now just went, oh yeah, anybody that I could ask, my boyfriend, my toaster, all of you, yeah, do contribution. And that was how, once I get any money, I'll go. My pocket money, everything, I joined it together. I'll go to the market, buy the things, buy as much as I could till I bought everything. I remember doing a banner on one of the roads where I wrote something about, you want your natural hair, you want your blah, 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 somebody to take care of you. I wrote it there and chose the name Abeke. My name is Abeke. It's one of my traditional names. Yes. So
your orikis.
thank you. It's my oriki. Yes. So I just decided that I knew many people wouldn't use that name because at that point in time, it wasn't posh to use that very ethnic name. In fact, at that point in time, it was local. But I knew that I had the tendency to, if there was anybody that could, I can't see you again if you can see me.
I can. I'm looking at you. Go ahead. Keep talking. I'm looking at you.
So
keep talking. We're here.
can you see me?
Very much, yes.
Okay,
I
can
see you. Just keep talking.
Okay. So I knew that I could use that name, and I knew how I would brand it and make it nice, and make it, instead of it being local, to become, like ethnic. You get what I mean? So I just chose it and I started going with it. So I think I was doing from room to room, house to house, hostel to hostel. I would just make like a basket, put everything inside. Oh yeah, come, I'll do your nails for you. I'll do. So one lady, I can't remember who exactly, but I remember her telling me that because I was doing the same way the locals in that village, which was Agoiwe, were doing, people were going to be pricing me the same rate that they were pricing those people, regardless of the fact that my services and my products were much better. So that's how come I now said, okay, that means that she now said that means you have to get a shop. So in my brain, in Yoruba, that is, you have to do something. So what was the thing I could do? I could tell my father that I wanted to open a shop. So of course, the only thing I could do was to get my brother's school fees and mine. And we joined it together. And I collected the studio. I rented the studio, furnished it, and started working. And I paid all the money back. I made it back.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much for this story. Yeah. It's
You're
very
welcome.
interesting. You've actually given us business 101 right now in a very short time, how to start a business. So you first get the idea and then you run with the idea. I like
Yes.
the fact that you didn't wait. You just
Yes.
ran with it. And
Great.
then you were running with it and then the universe was providing you what you needed. Because
Yes.
when you were still going and everything, somebody came and said, you
You
have to
have to open the shop.
differentiate yourself. These are business principles that people like us learned later, much later in life,
Yes.
but somehow intuitively you knew it.
Yes.
But the one that is intriguing is that you now decided to go and take your
Carry school.
school fees, your brother's school fees, that your brother. I hope
Yes.
every day you're actually paying homage to him because I mean the guy took a big risk. What if you couldn't
But
make it?
all of them, but you see, life is funny. You would have
Mhm.
they've lived with me enough to know who I was. And one of the gifts that I have is I have this very like a tunnel vision. If I want to do something,
You
I will just
focus.
hone in on it, and to God be the glory. Most of the things that my spirit has told me do has worked.
Okay, everybody on the stream, a second principle has just been dropped. You must be focused, tunnel vision. You must be focused on what you believe in. First of all, you must believe in yourself. You must believe in your dream. You must believe that you can bet it. In fact, she took a risk. You must take a risk. If you do not move, and you're waiting, nothing will happen. She took a
Nothing.
risk. She wanted it so bad that she said, you know what? I'm going to do the stuff. So she took her school fees, joined another person's own. Wow. So that's like getting a loan.
I know, right?
That's like getting a loan, and she paid it off. Did you both finish school?
Yes, absolutely. I graduated mass communication, um, 2-2 though, but still, I graduated.
What do you mean by do? Tutu is a good degree.
I could have done 2-1. My sister was 2-1, almost a first class.
Okay, your sister was 2-1, almost the first class, but that you're not your sister, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I was doing two things. I was doing two
so
things.
so we will celebrate you for the ones
Thank
that
you.
you've done.
I
Okay, so
tried.
she took that risk. She risked her school fees.
Yeah.
She took a loan. She made good. She paid it, and she bettered a business. I hope you are taking notes, everyone. Adiola, good morning. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, as well. All right. So now, today we're talking about Gele. When you were having your glitches, I was telling a story about how where I come from originally, we call it ichafu.
Yes.
And my mom, I'm the first child, so my mom will always get me to come and help her tie this ichafu. And we used to tie it then with pins, office
Yes.
pins.
Yes.
And they used to be very hard fabrics. And then we will be tying it. Oh no, I will be tying it. And I'll be saying, Mommy, hold it here. Mommy, hold it there. Mommy, is it okay? Okay, is it sitting well? And you see, and I'm building this. There was no design book, nothing.
No
So I'm just
format.
scraping from my head. I'll reach here, I will make it like this. I feel all right one side. I'll here, I'll press
You
it
must
down.
have been creative too.
I'll press it down one way. And then by the time we're done, between the pins choking my hand, between the things going up, and that time my mom's hair was jerry coil. So he always used to have a lot of oil. It
I
never even
see.
occurred to me to say tie a scarf before we start this thing. We're just tying it and the
Yes.
thing is
Not
only
be
going up
simple.
and down, up and down. And I'm like, okay. Part of the reason why I don't put it on my head. I think I tied the scarf only on my traditional wedding day, and that is it.
Oh, yeah.
So now I want to know because my own recollection of this Ichafuangele was struggle all the way. So
I
what
know.
was the interest and the intrigue for you? How did you become interested in it?
Okay. My life is storyland, storyland. so, so
I'm
first
tearing
of
up
all,
laughing.
yes, I didn't have any formal training
Mhm.
particularly. as I said in another interview I had, I feel like I'm God trained. Although there are people that came along the line and somehow I would look at something. The interesting Gele was um, my very first time that I had to tie Gele. My younger
Mm-hmm.
sister was getting married. So she had booked someone to do her Gele. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to do the makeup. So the person was going to do the Gele. But
Mm-hmm.
this person didn't show up.
Oh, wow.
Now, prior to then, she's passed now though. So
Your
may
sister?
her soul rest in peace.
May her
No,
soul
not my
rest in peace.
sister. The
Oh, the
person, the makeup
person.
artist.
Okay.
But before then, my sister, she's married to a comedian, an MC Abe, if you know him.
Mm-hmm.
So MC Abe was hosting a show at one point in time for like makeup artists or something. Like I don't know, it was MCing a show, not hosting a show.
Mm-hmm.
So he was given a ticket to bring his fiancée. So my younger sister went. And she, as I told you, she had a 2-1, so she's really brainy.
Mm-hmm.
So she saw how they tied the geles, right? They trained them how to tie their geles and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So even though my sister could not tie the gele, she memorized all the steps
Oh, wow.
and came home and told me that this is what they said, this is what they said. So the things that she memorized, she told me. Me, I took my mom's gele and tried it on. I tried it on her, I tried it on myself, and I got it. I got a good I made something that made sense out of it. It made so much sense that when the makeup artist didn't show up on our wedding, I was able to tie the gele and it was beautiful.
Oh, wow. You see, I like what you said. You said, I am God trained.
Trained.
It's amazing. Normally, people will say, I'm self trained. But you see, so, and that reinforces the principle that we are all wired for what we are supposed to be doing
To
here
do
on
it.
earth.
Mm.
Factory fitted. You
Yeah.
already, you already had, you already had all the raw materials in you. It was just for you to bring it out and then go ahead to nurture it.
Yes.
Interesting stuff. So that was what now developed your interest in Gele. And again, that trait of yours of not waiting also showed up again because they told you these are the steps to doing the Gele. And then you
Yeah.
did what? You just went ahead
Tried it.
and tried the Gele.
Tried.
I'm going to have to learn something. No, I've learned something from you today. Today,
Yeah.
after this show, I'm going to try something I've always wanted to do that I've just been saying, okay, hold on, hold on. I'm not holding on again. I'm going to do it. And then if it
Uh,
turns out good, okay. If it doesn't turn out good,
Me,
I
I
can try.
fail forward. I always fail forward. I don't care. I'm just going. If we
Oh,
fail,
all
we'll
right.
stand up again, we'll move.
She absolutely even knows the nomenclature. She feels forward. This is really interesting. Abike, very
Huh?
nice. Then there was
Thank
something
you.
you said. You said Abike was a local name. How can that be? Abike is the
No.
name that people are looking for right now because the world has evolved and the world wants us to go back to our roots. So you were being futuristic without even knowing that you were.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Because now you can open a studio in London and in New York and say
With
Abike.
it, and you don't even do only Abeke. You put the marks. You put everything in.
Exactly, to
Yes.
show where the real origin of the name.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting, interesting, interesting. So, how did you now move from just trying out the methodology your sister told you to inventing the
The auto.
famous Autogeleby?
Okay. I love your questions. Thank you. I love your questions. Okay, so
Thank you very much.
so sometimes I don't like to do interviews because I feel like I'm saying the same things. But the way you're asking me, I don't feel like I'm saying the same things. So that's why I'm saying I love your questions.
Yeah, we're having a
So
conversation.
yes, right.
Mm,
So we're going from me tying the gele on
mhm,
her wedding and doing her makeup, and it was nice. So I knew
mhm,
that I wanted to do this. So I went back
mhm,
to school, finished school. Then I took my friends, her too, and some of my friends, and did the little that I knew out of makeup. because at that point in time, I'm talking 2006, 2000. She got married in 2007, so 2007. So 2008 was when I finished from Olabisi Onabanjo University, and before then, I took all my friends that I knew. I did their makeup. How did I even learn the makeup? I told you I'm God taught. We just used to have like all those Ebony magazines, all those Hello magazines. So that was all we had to look at. So I would look at the models, all those Givenchy ads, all those different things, those ads. I would look at the faces of the girls. How come their face looks like this? So the little makeup that we had opportunities to get, like all those Maybelline that won't be our shade, all those L'Oreal that won't be our shade, but we'll shall take it and buy it. And so I'll take it, I'll blend as much as I could, use my eye pencil somewhere, use lip gloss somewhere. I'll try to do it to the best of my knowledge and everything. There was no YouTube then. There was no school of YouTube University. There was nothing like that.
No, I
So we
like
were
that
just
YouTube
winging
University.
it. Yes. So we were just winging it. And at that point in time, you could not become a makeup artist if you didn't know how to draw brows. That was the very first thing. It wasn't like there was a rule book that was said, but that was just like a thing that, if you can't draw your brows, how can you tell me that you know how to do anything? Because the major thing we're doing there was brows. And you remember the esteemed actress? She's now a prophet or pastor. I don't know which one of those. Mrs. Eukaria Anunobi.
Oh, yes.
Yes, madam.
I think she's an evangelist or something.
Yes, that's the word. I don't forgive me. So she, how she used to make her brows, that she would sling.
Oh, yeah, she had a phenomenal way.
Yes, and make that tiny line. Only a tiny one will be left here, and this one. Then she draw the thing like half moons.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So when I was in 100 level, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. So I removed my old brows and left only the tiny ones and started, carving the brows. I would pencil the brows the same way she used to do it. But when your hands are not straight now, you have to, you want to smoothing under the brows to make it nice. But that time we didn't have highlighting pen. We didn't have any of those concealers that we used to make the shape. So what I would do is take razor and try to clean off with the razor the nonsense that anyone that is not in the line that I wanted to make.
Oh my God.
I know this sounds crazy.
Oh my God.
I did that for so many years. And that little thing that I did, it's not little because it gave me expertise with using the razor. So I could shape brows. So it was that I already had, before I opened the shop, I already had people saying, the way you do your brows, please, can you help me? So I used to shape people's brows already. And then I already knew how to do hair. I told you I was always sitting in the salon and all that. So of course, so I knew how to fix the hair. She used to weave it. I've seen them weave other people. When you're queuing in line. I just have that, just let me see it. Once I see it, I can grab it. Once I see it, if I look, you don't have to teach me. I can get and have an idea of what you're doing. If you teach me, all the better. But if you don't, I still know what you're doing.
So technically speaking, you're a copy and paste kind of person.
Absolutely, I could. And I was first a very solid copy and paste person until I found my own identity and signature. But we'll get to that. Anyways, I'm trying to rush you through how I now did that. I now went from, I think, as I bought the things, I opened the store, I started doing the stuff. So I went back to school. Jesus. My sister got married, so we went home on holidays. Then we did everything, the wedding, we did everything. Then we went back to school. And this time we went to graduate. So as we went to graduate, how am I going to make sure that when I go out of school, I'm going out with something solid? So I started I'll take somebody, take their hair, do their hair, then do their makeup. Then there was a photo studio next to us. I can't remember the name of the studio. But that studio used to be in most of the universities. So I would take them, oh yeah, snap photos. So I had like a before and after, before and
After.
after. So I had like almost like 10 or so like that. So when we were done, I took these photos and took them to Banker Meshida, our
Mm-hmm.
office,
Mm-hmm.
BM Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So she had a studio that was, a solid business. And that
Mm-hmm.
was like, she and Tara were the two main people for
Mm-hmm.
makeup. But
Mm-hmm.
I was influenced by BM Pro because, when I was telling you that I would take those magazines and look
Mm-hmm.
at them, the
Mm-hmm.
only black influence that I had was the adverts that BM Pro placed in City People magazines
Mm-hmm.
of her brides that she had done. So that
Mm-hmm.
was for me example of makeup, how it looks on a black person.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? So
Mm-hmm.
so I had been influenced indirectly by her through those magazines. So when I finished, I just went to her to go and work, to go and search for a job. Fortunately for me, she hired me. And I worked there for about 8 months, thereabouts. And then I now had to go on my own.
Brilliant, brilliant story. You see, you've just taken me back to a time, you know, from Eukarya Agunobi, who was so iconic, who is
Icon.
still very iconic, but
Yes,
more so then. She was a
yes,
force.
yes.
And then all the way to City People magazine, that
Mhm.
was the that was the in thing at the
Yeah.
point. If
No,
you are
it's
not
easy.
reading it, you
Oh,
don't know
if you're not in
anything.
it, who are you?
And then, of course, to the two masters, Banker
BM Pro,
and Tara.
Bank Atara, yes.
Fantastic stuff. But you see, what I like about you is your intentionality. You already knew what you wanted and you were willing to pay the price to get what you wanted. So
Absolutely.
you built for yourself a portfolio
Yeah.
that you could go and say, this is my work.
Yes.
Some people now they are looking for work, but they don't have anything to even show. So you're looking for work, and they say, so what have you done before? You say, nothing, I just finished school. But here we are. You are saying to us that even though you were in school, because you knew you wanted to come to the real world where they're going to ask you, what have you done? You built for yourself a portfolio. I hope that young persons who are on this call and young persons who will come and watch after, even old persons, would learn from this singular trait and begin to build up something that you can show, because even God will say, what is in your hands? If
Mm.
God is going to say to us what is in your hands, then we humans are justified to say, so what's your experience? So thank you for bringing this out. Thank you so much. um so now
Sorry,
you
I didn't tie that into how I did the Autogeleby. So I started on my own and I became a makeup artist. I opened my business at Abeke Makeover Limited, even got a
Mhm.
scholarship from Goldman Sachs to go
Hmm.
to Lagos Business School.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I did all that. And then just in the process of continuously serving the customers, we'll see people that want to travel, they want to carry their gele. So I started noticing that, yes, we could tie the gele on their heads, but how do I now take, how am I sure that when they remove it, even though I'll pin it and everything, I'm a perfectionist. So I didn't like the fact that I wasn't in control of how the gele will present whenever they go there. Remember, you said you're Igbo. Do you remember at one point in time, Igbo women's geles used to look like it was sitting on their head?
Hmm.
They will place it on the front like this.
Yes,
Because,
now the roof.
yes, because I think most of them were actually going to go and tie from some people who knew how to tie the geles, but they could not, they will now take it home, and then when they
And
now
not
want
be
to
able
wear
to
it
fix
back,
it
the
well.
thing won't be able to enter. So they will now place it on top of their head like this.
And let me to buttress what you're saying. They had these mannequins, but they are made of baskets,
Yes,
round
that
basket
they will
things,
put
and they used to
the,
wear the scarf already made for them on those
yes, on.
things. Yeah,
Yes.
because now I'm thinking of it. My mother had a dresser filled with those things, different scarves tied for her.
Fantastic.
So whenever she wants to go, she'll carry one.
You place it on her head. Do you understand? But that placing on the head, it was only dependent on if you fine. If you know fine, it's your own, no, because
And also, if you have
so,
the appropriate
so-
hairstyling.
sorry, because the length of once you place something on your head like that, it cuts the
Mhm.
and I can say if you fine, I can say if you have a longer face, by the time you cut off some of the face with that
Okay.
placing on the head, it will still look okay, you still be fine. But the rest, if your face is short already and you're cutting, that thing wasn't working. So
Yeah.
because I saw
Yeah.
that that thing kept happening, I didn't want that to happen. So I was looking, how can we change it? Is it only this? First of all, I was first worried about the geles that we were tying. We were tying the same geles, the same geles. That time makeup artists had a lot of makeup artists. Do you understand? There were
Yeah.
plenty makeup artists, so we had started tying geles and stuff like that, and we knew how to tie the geles, and it was becoming a norm for people to go and tie their geles from makeup artists. So that was fine. But where the problem now came was when they want to travel.
Hmm.
When they remove it, we won't be sure that they will look nice when they come back. That was problem number one. Problem number two was we were tying the same set of styles, the same styles all over. I got tired. So I started trying to change it to, like the old school where you have like those what's that national theater.
Direct.
I was trying to do different things, small, 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 small. But I think that the season was coming. Then I now got the opportunity to do makeup for one artist for Wedding Planner magazine. The artist's name is Tammy Dolphins.
I remember Wedding Planner magazine.
Exactly. So because the girl, she's mixed race. Yes, that's what's called. Mixed race. And she, of course, she's lived abroad. She has a style, and she's not even like your regular fashionista in Nigeria. She's very eclectic, very different. So they told me that they wanted a makeup artist that they were sure would be able to deal with her and do what she wants and give them the kind of pictures that they wanted. So they said, but one thing, she doesn't tie gele, she has her own gele style. My brain just went, she has her own gele style. Eh? How would clients have gele that would be better than me, makeup artist? So my brain was like, that means I have to do something. So I started, like, for 3 days. I would lie down on my bed, meditate, because for something to happen in the real world, it has to first happen inside here.
Another massive principle has been dropped, people. Did you catch that, anyone? Go ahead.
So I now said, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So I lay down, I'll go to bed, I'll think. Then it was when I was trying to think or something that it came to me that I should, if I was going to disrupt that anything, it meant that I have to do the gele design, let it come forward. Instead of, we used to have pleats that, would just go around our face.
Mhm.
And that meant that most of the time when we take the hand of the gele, the hand will go backwards or
The
something.
back,
It will
yes.
try to finish at the back. And we'll now just have pleats, pleats, pleats. That we wanted something different. Just like the gele that is behind you on your banner. Something pretty like that. That we wanted something like that. So, and now, when I came out of my meditation and everything, it came to me that I should bring the hand forward and start rolling and stuff. So by the time I did it and I came up with the gele design that we call iconic, the iconic now.
Yeah, the
Icon
iconic.
gele, iconic,
Yeah.
rose gele. We gave it different names. Avant-garde gele, that was the first. Avant-garde. It was different. So it was like a flower. So when I tied it on my nanny's head, it was pretty. Then I now said, okay, let's go to the event. So I went to the shoot. I went to the shoot and I did her, and it was the whole set. Everybody went ballistic, like, what? Because I waited. I let her tie her own stuff, and they shot the pictures. When we were now done, I now said, can I try something? They said, no, go ahead. So I now tied the gele. People were like, over and above. I would probably send you this picture, the picture of that gele. Oh, I think I did.
It's
Yes.
already up on Facebook. I put it up for everyone
Fantastic.
to see.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So that gele, so I tied that gele. And then, but I noticed one thing. Before we finished the whole shoot, the gele looked like it was going to start unraveling. So in my mind, I knew that, okay, there was something there. I didn't have to throw away the baby with the bath water. Let me just go home and refine it and make sure that the thing will be able to stand the test of a whole party. You know how people be greeting people when you go to party, you hug, you do everything, you know, you won't stop. So that continuous, that I wanted a gele that would be able to withstand the whole drama of hugging, dancing, shaking vigorously like we do in African parties. And I was able to do that. I was able to do that. So after, so that was where that rose gele, that iconic gele style first came. That was the one that first came before I was doing one of my clients, Mo Abudu. You know the esteemed Mo Abudu. Yes. So and she said to me, Fumi, you've done great with this rose gele, this iconic gele. It's really brilliant. I'm very proud of you. My friends are everybody's still talking about it. But you know one thing you still have to do? You still have to find a solution to how to carry this beautiful design and have it done permanently. Ha! She was like God's mouthpiece into my ears because I remembered like crying because she said, if you can do this, Omo, you be made. She said stuff like that. So I was like, okay, no problem. So for like 4 months, we went with the aid of my sister-in-law, who is the seamstress for the past, she's been like almost 30 years. So she has experience. So God put her in my life at that
For
point
such
in
a
time when
time
I,
as this.
yes. So she was there. She had experience with sewing. So I was saying, I want to do this thing. I want to do this thing. I keep forgetting her part of the story. God forgive me. She's never asked me to do this. But she was the one with the experience that she had of sewing. I would now say, how can we do this thing? I know I want to use Velcro and all that. But how can we sew it? I'll show her. The only thing that was closest to what I was thinking of was face cap. But the face cap, you know how face cap has that clip that you clip, those old face
Yes,
caps that you
at the
clip
back here
and
for
have
adjusting.
those
Yes,
four
for
things where you
adjusting
could
for size.
expand. Thank you. But I didn't want that because the face cap, first of all, there was a hole. There used to be a
Yes,
hole. And
at the
I didn't
base.
want that. I didn't want people to see your hair if you don't want them to see the hair. Then also, I also didn't want the clothing to be something that the whole world will see. I wanted it to be hidden. So it took us 4 months, but we got there. In fact, when we thought we had done, we had gotten the formula, everything was perfect, and we were running adverts. I was shooting. So God will bring the different people that you need. The pieces will come together. I'm saying this so that you will understand. You won't have the map, you won't have any roadmap, you won't have anything. But you heard the word, you're going, just be going. So we were shooting the adverts that we were supposed to run and used to launch it. And my younger sister, very fine girl, was my model. Yes. So I put the thing on her head and I closed it. And then she said something. She said, for me, this side is sticking to my hair, but this side is not touching me. So I think this one that is sticking to my hair should be on this left one, while the one that is not sticking to my hair should be on the right one side. So that was how we got the final piece of the puzzle. So we went home and I said, how can we do what we've done on this right and move it to the left? And that's how we did it. And then we got the very first, the rose gele that we open and close, the way we close it. When I finish, I'll send you a video that shows that. So that's how we got that. Then that was how the first gele, we launched it and everything. Then I think somebody else now, I don't know her name in particular, but I know it's Autogeleby. She got the idea to pleat the step geles. So she pleated the step geles, and because I had already used Velcro on the other one, About a month later, they came out with their own version that had the another way that they're doing, but it's still the Velcro that they used. So initially, people will say, "Oh, I like that pleated one, so please, can you make it for me?" I don't make it. I used to buy from her, buy from her, buy from her, and sell to my clients that wanted. But later, somebody just said to me that you can't, yes, you can't say because you didn't do that one exactly, you're not going to. Find a way and do your own too, you know. So that's how I now closed my eyes and started and worked with it. I'd already seen what she had done with her own, so I just, you know, and put our own Velcro the way we put it, and that's how we came with the, you know, two major Autogeleby styles, and then from there, now I can't tell you the amount of designs that we have in our, you know, lookbook.
Oh wow,
Over 200. Over
there's a
200.
lookbook. Oh my God, this passion became a business. That is the
Yeah.
long and short of this story. You
Yes.
know, as you were talking, I kept adjusting myself because I was looking at you and saying, this here is pure passion, pure passion. And this here is proof that these principles work. You said just that, and then all that you need will start coming. So at the point when you needed to refine, a more Abdu came.
Yes.
At the point where you needed to test, your sister was there,
Mm-hmm.
and so on and so forth. If you didn't strike out, you
I
wouldn't
wouldn't have
have
seen all
seen
those pieces.
them. In fact, the word is attracting. You attracted them because you had something.
Yes.
So for most of us that nothing is happening for is because we haven't realized that we are magnets and there's something that we have that can attract the people that we need to help us on our journeys. And your invention um
The
has made
Autogeleby.
life, yes, has made life very easy for a lot of women, including me. Because honestly, I cannot tie any scarf to save my life.
Sorry, 1 second.
So it is good to know that you invented something that saves time for women, helps them dress properly for those times that they need to wear a complete traditional look and
Yeah.
everything. I applaud you.
Thank you.
It may look like we're talking about something very simple, but it's something very, very integral to a woman. And so you solve the problem for all of us.
Especially African women.
Yes, you solve the problem for all of us because it is. Can you imagine? You see those weddings that we see on Instagram and TikTok, maybe where a Nigerian girl is marrying a white person and the
Yes.
family come. Can you imagine if we didn't have Autogeleby to put on those white family members? I'm not sure they will keep their head and be waiting for us to tie that thing I used to tie for my mother. So
That
you are a lifesaver, and the Autogele is a game changer. So
changer.
thank you on behalf of all the women of Africa. We say thank you to you. So
Thank you.
now, the way you were just saying, and you're so detailed. I mean, it's easy to see why you can do what you're doing because you're really spitting history here without really doing a history talk. Because
Mm.
as you're telling the story, everything is joining, is proving your authenticity as well. Now, Abike has started running this business. Abike has launched her Autogele. Abike has opened a modern studio, and Abike has now become the makeup artist and the hairstylist for celebrities. And this is Abike that started by saying, my name was local. But you see, I was actually going through your stuff and I'm like, hey, will she agree to come and do makeup for me?
That's
Hmm?
so nice.
This I like your response. She says that's so now. Abike, tell us, share with us, who are the people you've worked with?
Quite a number, to God's glory. Um, some like Rita Dominic. Hey,
Oh, wow.
what's her surname? Hey, Jesus. But everybody knows her normal acting name, Rita Dominic. Yes, then of course Omotola Jalade, Ekente. Bonang Mateba, Toke Makiwa, your fave Nancy Ezinne, Lala Kinjoju. There are quite a number that I can't, Diola Sego, worked with Larry. There's so plenty. There are quite a number.
So, in a sense, the iconic looks of our favorite actresses that we like, you've had to do some input in it, even if
Even
I don't know.
even the president's daughter,
Oh, okay,
the
it's
the
all
former
right.
president's daughter.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Now you are now giving it. What's that thing they say? You are now peppering it. Don't pepper us,
No,
please.
because there was
Don't.
a nice story behind that.
Okay, so tell us, share.
I hope we have time. Okay, so when I left BM Pro,
Mhm,
I went
mhm,
home. I all the salary I was collecting, I was giving, I was saving. What were the things I wanted to buy? I wanted to buy a camera. I wanted to buy a printer that we used to print out the pictures. I wanted to, of course, buy a laptop so that I could post on social media and all those
mhm,
things. So I just used all the money that I was getting. I would, once I get the salary this month, I'll buy that one. Salary next month, I'll buy that one. And like that. So when I left, I just called all my friends again. The same thing I did in school. My friends at home, oh yeah, come, oh, you today, I'm doing your makeup. Sit down. I'll put towel as their backdrop. We'll do before, do after. I'll put on Instagram. So I now started having clients from BM Pro call me and say, for me, come and do. I'll now say, I'm sorry, I no longer work there. Let me give you the office number so that they'll send somebody to you. So I had people that would say to me, no, okay, just do this one today. Then later I'll sort out with another person that will fix me up from there. I had another person that will say, no, I've tried and tested everybody. It's only you that does my makeup. And they would give me evidence to know that the reason they were coming was, I think I'm only about 2 people. All the other people I sent back that way. So somehow one of those clients that came was the governor's and was a planner for a governor's wedding. So the planner, Condoleezza event, she came, she said, oh, this client wanted to do hair, makeup, everything. So I was working at BM Pro that time. I said, I can do the job. Because first of all, they had said, oh, they don't have a big budget. Or if the thing is too expensive, the woman will not do. So I now said I may be the one that would go because I was the only one that could do hair, do makeup, do nails, do pedicure, and the whole work. So I'm a full service salon kind of person like that. I have all the skills for that. So after a bit of office politics, I eventually was made to go to do the job. And I did the job, and both the clients and the planner and all the guests were very happy because the woman, after paying the company, she tipped me. Even the event planner tipped me. Do you understand? So I thought, okay, that must have been good. So when I left there to go and start my business by myself, the planner called me and said, oh, she needed me. And I said, I'm no longer working there. Let me give you the company number to
mhm.
call them to work. Then she now said, okay, no problem. She took the number, and I think they probably used somebody else. I'm not sure if they were satisfied because there was now an opportunity in January. I started my business by myself November 1st, 2008. By 2009, this was in January, I just got a call. Hello, Fumi, can you come to Abuja now? I said, Abuja? I said, yes, I can. Okay. I said, okay, just start coming. They gave me address, everything. I just called my dad. He said, do you have money? I said, yes, I do. Yeah, I booked flight. I entered. I went to the place, and they said they wanted to try me out if I was going to be able to do makeup for the president's daughter. I said, okay, let's try. I kept waiting. Although they already had, House of Tara was the one that used to undo all their makeup, and she still was handling, but they wanted one other person that would help. So now, my former boss, BM Pro, she had traveled to go and give birth. If she had been in Nigeria, she would have been the one that they would have gone to automatically. But she wasn't around. So they now said, they asked the planner who they could use. And that planner said, the only person I can recommend is Fumi. So They called me, and that's how I went. So when I went, I was waiting for the whole day. Let's do trial. Let's do trial. There was no trial. But I told them I have appointments tomorrow morning I cannot miss. So I have to fly out by 5 a.m. I have to leave this place. The way I kept saying it, because I booked people before, your own was last minute. So they said, okay, no problem. Go, do your trial. When you finish, pack for 7 days and come back. That's how I packed for 7 days and went back there. And from somebody that was earning like 30 something thousand naira as a salary, oh no, my life is so filled with plenty stories. Because when I was telling my father that I was going to be earning 30 something thousand for that, for makeup, he was saying just to rub powder. I remember saying,
I can
Daddy, don't
imagine.
ever say that again. What are you saying? What is just to rub powder? He didn't understand. But he said, oh, if you say so, if they are ready to pay you, who am I to say they should not pay you? So, because people didn't appreciate makeup like that then. So I went and I did the makeup for them and everything. And as at the end of that job, that 7 days, I earned over 1 million plus. Do you understand?
Now, this is what they talk about, success being preparedness meeting
Miss.
opportunity. First off, again, your traits came to play. You jumped on that plane. And then you got on the plane and they were now kind of stalling and wasting your time. And you told them, you conveyed to them, I am a person of value. I have things doing. I am not going to sit around and wait. I need to be back in Lagos to do some stuff. And so they saw value. And so you flew out again back to Lagos. And they say, okay, so park for 7 days and return. Wow. And then they paid you like they were paying the pros
Yes, yes.
and confirmed to you that
That
you're
I was,
actually who you think you are,
yes,
that you're a pro.
yes.
This is interesting. I love this kind of stories because you see, it just rekindles hope and faith in someone. I am sure there's someone today on the stream who is saying to themselves, ah, why did I shoot myself in the leg? That time they told me to come here. Why didn't I go? And you didn't even see, for me, you didn't even start saying, I don't have money or send me money. I can't come. You just went. It's just very amazing and very interesting. You are a doer,
Thank you.
you put your hand on the plow and then you just keep going. There's someone on the stream who is the mobile Gele. She says hello to you.
Hey,
Um,
wow.
okay, so you're hailing
My
yourself now
colleague
on
and
my
my friend.
program. I'm going to chat both of you money for hailing yourself. The mobile, you're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Abike, I refuse to
Nah,
call you Fumi. I'm going to keep calling you Abike.
okay.
Abike, I went on your social media page. It's blown.
Right.
Um, what would you say the role of social media has been in growing your brand?
It has been a lot. So I told you in the story that I would take pictures, put towel at the background and just take pictures and put.
Mhm,
The place I
mhm,
was putting it was on Facebook. And that was like at the beginnings of Facebook in Nigeria.
mhm.
So it was just like it helped me a lot. The collaborations, everything that I've had, a lot of them, it's on social media. They found me on social media one way or the other. In fact, I've been like one of the people who's used tech a lot in my business. Social media, online platforms for, like teaching, for selling. I'm very, very pro technology. So it is, I'm the poster girl for technology in business. I love it.
Okay,
I can't, it's 100%. It works.
okay, all right. I asked you that question because a lot of us these days are carrying mobile phones.
I'm not using it.
And it doesn't even occur to us that we can use these mobile phones to build our lives and our businesses. We rather use our mobile phones to troll people and make
Just
comments all
on
over the
TikTok.
streets of social media. Yeah. So I wanted you to throw light on that. If there was a young person listening to you today, what will you tell that young person about the use of social media?
People are, on that social media, a lot of people are making a lot of money.
Mm.
And you see, there's something about how we always think. I think it's where you must be proud to think that you have tomorrow.
Can
You
somebody
must
please
be,
write that in the comments for me? You must be proud to think that you have tomorrow. I want it
yeah.
written exactly the way she said it. Someone on the screen, please put that down. Thank
We're
you.
not promised anything. We are not promised anything. This moment that you have is all the moment that you have. That's all. You are not sure that the next step you take, you're not going to. So you don't want to be the one that God will ask you, all the talents I gave you, what did you use them for?
Mm.
We have to understand that we're living in the age of technology now. We're living in the best time that has ever happened in the world. Believe it or not. Look at how long, look at where we were living. When they will send letter will take 6 months or so to get to the place.
You know,
When you're going
right?
to greet somebody, you're going with faith because you don't know if you will meet the person. And now I can be here and be talking to somebody in Czechoslovakia or I don't know, New Zealand, Australia, that is even how many days, be a day or so ahead of us. I can be talking, seeing them, baking, doing everything, eating. I can tell you this is what they did yesterday. There's too much opportunity in this. There's too many things. There's free courses. Google is doing free courses. Facebook is doing free courses. You don't have to pay. You don't have excuse. As long as you have data, you do not have excuse.
Thank you very much. Please put on the stream, as long as you have data, you do not have an excuse. Because we need to ginger ourselves, both as women and as human beings, to do better for ourselves, to make sure that we bet the dreams that we carry on the inside. It's been all talk and no action for a long time. And here we have today a guest who just does what? Acts and acts and acts. And you can see, I mean, somebody will just be going 1 million for makeup. Yes. And I'm sure she even earns more than that right now because that was then and this is now. So, well, I want to convey to you that the entire Gele community is proud of you, Abike, and they love you
Thank
as
you
they
very
put
much.
in the stream for you. I didn't realize there was something called the entire Gele community. It's so amazing how we live and we live in silos, in paradigms, and you just know your own sector. You don't even know what's going on in the other one. So hello to all the Gele community people.
Thank you. Hello, my
Amazing.
people.
Exactly. So tell me, what's the future of Gele in fashion? Do you see more innovations in the horizon? Are
Yeah,
you
it's
working
you
on?
see, one thing I'm so happy that happened was it was like once we could break that barrier where that we did that iconic gele, right after that there was another one. What's this one? Tolu Onigele was her. Oh, ha, she did another one. And then people, it looked like something woke up. Now we have people that have their mobile gele at a point was only doing geles.
Mm.
And plenty people, there are guys, Soloni Gele, there are plenty. Taiwo's touch, only Geles. That's their career. And they're making serious money. Only Gele.
It gets some getting it takes some getting used to because people like us, my generation that comes from the traditional what? Um occupation or yeah, we are struggling with understanding how you can say your career is taigele, do
Ah.
makeup, influencer, TikToker, skit maker. We are struggling with all of that. I hope we've not lost Abike because this conversation is getting interesting now. We are struggling with all of that. So it's nice that you're educating us and letting us know that legit, people have actually zeroed in on doing this craft, this art, this millinery, and they are making ends, and it's a means of livelihood. So, therefore, a mother on this stream or a father who is coming to watch should not deter any child who says, my part is Gele innovations, or my part is heart millinery, or my part is makeup. We have to give each child the opportunity that they require to be able to do what? To showcase their God-given talent. Who knew? I'm sure Abeke's mother didn't know that Abeke was going to become the inventor of the Autogeleby. But here we are today. And then she has done what? Sparked up an innovation, and everybody is just inventing and inventing. And we don't all have to be medical doctors and pharmacists and engineers and architects and pilots and all what. You know, we all need to let everybody express themselves and express themselves so very well that they're comfortable doing what they're doing and earning money from it. I do hope Abike will come back because I was going to ask her how she stays inspired and how she remains youthful in running her business, especially in this climb right now, because nothing is smiling. The world is not smiling, and Nigeria in particular is not smiling because costs have hit the roof. Cost of raw material, cost of staff, maintaining your studio, buying your products and all of that. So we hope she comes back real soon to be able to take us through that. While we wait for her, if you're on the stream and there is something that you like to ask, find out from her, please put in your question. And if you have a contribution to make, please also drop it so that we can run it by her. So welcome back, Abeke.
Thank you, ma.
We're going to quickly run now so that you don't disappear again on me. So I was saying that you don't look like a Nigerian businesswoman, because the Nigerian businesswoman is stressed up, harassed, complaining, whining about cost of doing business, no NEPA, raw material hitting the roof, staff, and all of that. But look at you here, looking very young, fresh,
Yeah, thank
melanin
God.
popping.
Now, so
I just love the way she goes now. So
as
can you
we're not
please tell
living in
us,
this country,
do
it
you
is well.
understand? Do you
But we're
understand?
operating God's
So
economy.
you're operating in God's economy. Okay, I know that. I understand that. But please tell us in very clear English, simple terms, because my team, our people, and I, the community, we are copy and paste as well.
Okay.
So tell us how you inspire yourself, how you continue to stay inspired, and how you keep innovating in your field.
First of all, health is wealth.
Say that again, please.
Health is wealth.
Mm,
Health is wealth.
I
You
agree with
have
you
to first
100%.
take care of yourself mentally, physically. If you are in a rut, you have to find a way. First, clean out your old space. Clean out because sometimes you'll be in a rut, you'll be depressed, everything will be anyhow around you. First, cleanliness is next to godliness. So God can even come to your
Ah,
space and speak to you. First, clear out the space. Open your windows. Let energy, good fresh air come in. Let good energy come in. That's number one. Once you've cleaned everywhere, clean up yourself. Even if it is wash your hair or retouch it or do something, scrub your face, get some moisturizer, just and wear something fresh and clean. You will feel much better with yourself. That's another thing. Then let's get a lot of these poisons that we're eating out of our system. Sugar. A lot of us, plenty of us were insulin resistant, almost type 2 diabetes. People don't know. be carrying thick belly up and down, because the diet that we're eating in Nigeria, it is not, it's not made for our this day life. It was made for those times when we were like farmers and stuff like that. So the amount of food we're eating, you don't have enough time to burn it before you go and eat another one again. Eat another one. They'll say 3 square meal. It's 3 square.
Okay, so we should make it 4.
No, don't even put any square. Eat
Hmm.
only when you're hungry. And that is also to say, if you keep eating carbs, the first thing you wake up is you eat cereal and all those things. Sugar, it will spike. You keep being hungry. So try to get savory breakfast, something like eggs, like chicken, meat, stuff like that. That's what you should
In
eat
this
in the morning.
economy,
Avocado. Ma?
I'm playing bad cop. In this economy, chicken,
No,
egg.
eggs. You will eat it, oh. At the end of the day, as I said, it is health is wealth. Because I think there's something about, I don't know how I can explain it. You know how phones have Bluetooth, infrared, all those things. There's a way that if you're healthy, if you feel good, your aura is good stuff starts to come to you. It's like the energy that you're sending to the world, like your own Bluetooth or your own Wi-Fi that is giving pop sharp energy. And at the end of the day, this economy and everything, I think also, if we let it get to us, you keep watching news every day, reading all the bad stuff, going on the road, seeing accidents, all the, you cannot afford to let it get to you, because it's like you're taking a poison pill. It won't stop. We live in Nigeria. Not because we don't want it to stop, but it's not looking like it when they're taking this kind of loans that we are hearing. I don't want to go there, but you get my gist. So you are going to have to find your own joy, find your own happiness, find your own, create the kind of things that you want in your life by yourself. And it starts also from your mind. If you have all those clutter around you, you hate the way you look, if you have all those things, there's no way you'll be able to even think good, and then good stuff will happen.
So,
Try.
so essentially, I like the way you explained it. And it makes sense. It's almost as if the universe is coming to agree with me, because I think it was yesterday I made a post on Facebook. I said sometimes I get an aha over a principle that I've heard over and over, that has almost become a cliche kind of to me. But one day it's almost as if Newton decides to drop the apple on my head, boom, and it begins to make sense. This your explanation is so brilliant. The diet we are operating on is the diet that our forefathers were operating on at the time that they were trekking, at the time that they were farming, they were farmers, at the time that they were hunters. And so it made sense that they will walk 17 kilometers, dragging the meat they killed or dragging the products from the farm, their holes and everything, and get home and then eat a bowl of fufu with steaming okra soup. It made sense. Well, you have woken up this morning, just done like maybe 10 steps on your step flight going out of your house.
Mhm.
You enter your car, chauffeur driven, AC on, they drive you to your office. You just come out of the car and do another ten steps up the flight. You're in your office, or you take a lift, and then you sit down there. And
As
heaven
I
forbid, if you're the kind of person who sits from
eight
morning
hours.
to when you're ready to go home. And then
Mhm.
you get home through the Lagos traffic. So you get home, say like 7-ish, 8-ish, and then you sit
Tired.
down to a
Eat again.
big bowl of pounded yam, because we have moved. Some of us don't eat fufu anymore, or semovita, and then you now have it with a goosey soup. You're saying, hello, cholesterol, where are you? And then when your dreams, you're now dreaming about your village people following you. You don't know it's because of what you do.
You're the one that is doing yourself.
Is what you've just decked, you know. And then most of us now, okay, I'm on that one, so I won't talk about it. Anyway, thank you for reminding us and then letting us know that, you know, we need to take care of ourselves. I absolutely believe what you said, that health is wealth. Because if you're not healthy, you can't even do any of the things that you want to do. The vision that you carry, you won't even be able to execute it. So thank you. And of course, the declutter, it's very necessary because without knowing it, every day on the Blue app, we ingest a lot of crap. And so we need to garbage it in and then garbage it out somehow. So that's why I like your advice about decluttering. And when you do, then you find that your creative energy rises. I perfectly understand that because I'm an interior designer. And I know that for me to think about what to do in a space, everything needs to just be clean slate. And then you begin to impute in it. So if your brain is already cluttered and your mind is cluttered, nothing good will come out of it. So, women, first and foremost, take care of yourself. And then when you take care of yourself, you find that you'll be able to recharge your energies and your magnetic field, which was what Fumi was looking for, will become sharper and you'll be able to attract because you do not have any baggages around you. That there's nothing that is. I mean, if you're supposed to, can you imagine a magnet and you go and use the magnet and you put it on pins? It will have pins all over it, and once all the pins have been attached to
Block
the
this.
magnet
You
cannot
can
attract anything
anything.
anymore. So you must first remove all those pins off yourself, those things that agitate you, that irritate you, that annoy you, that pain you, those things that make it difficult for you to breathe in and out, remove all of them. And then you'll be free to attract the
What you
right
need.
kind of things that you want to yourself. Thank you for me. You just drove that home for me, and I hope for somebody else. Okay. Yes, somebody says, as long as you have data, you do not have an excuse. Brilliant stuff. So let's wrap up the conversation now. What advice would you give to young women looking to start their own businesses or make their mark in your industry, the beauty industry? It's exploding everywhere. It's exploding. People are beginning to manufacture their own makeup, their own brand,
Beginning since
their
how
own
many
brand
years?
for
That's a
for
norm
our
now.
skin tone. You know,
Plenty.
all kinds of things. I mean, I met a lady the other time, and all she does is lashes, you know, and then that all kinds of things, you know. So,
Plenty.
what advice do you have? The market is huge, opportunities are huge. What do you have to say?
Yeah,
And we are also evolving to that point where we now understand that our children can comfortably go into this business and
absolutely.
take care of themselves for
Absolutely.
the rest of their lives.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a
Good.
skill that will sell anywhere in the world.
Mm.
It will sell anywhere in the world. Because people will always get married. People will do birthday shoots. People will work in TV. Like people, TV, newscasters, blah, blah, blah. They need makeup, you know. So film sets and everything, they need makeup. So it's a skill that would always sell. So that's definitely easy. My advice would be, it's one advice I always give because we makeup artists, there's a lot of, because in Nigeria, the entry barrier is very low. There's nobody stopping you. You can just carry something now. As long as you know how to draw some brows and use concealer to shape it, you can call yourself a makeup artist. You can start calling yourself a makeup artist. So the that makes, we don't have the chance to train people before they're released into the world. And so, and especially with the way the economy is, where many parents are just looking for what to eat, they don't have time to train the kids, right? So the girls many times don't have good attitudes. So the advice I always say is, talent will take you to places. So you can learn the skill, you can become good and all that, but character is what will keep you there.
Mm.
Character is what will keep you there. I'll just quickly put one example of that character. You know, I told you that I went to do the client in Benue State, the governor's wife, that event planner took me to. What I didn't share was that I'd gotten to the place at 6 p.m. in the evening, right? And nobody was home. They had gone for big programs. You know how the governor's itinerary is always. So they got back around 11, almost 12 o'clock in the midnight. And the whole house was locked. So it wasn't like they were deliberately leaving me out. There was even no security man there next to the house. They were at a further gate. Do you understand? They had allowed me in, but I sat down outside there on a chair. I just sat down. I sat down for more than 5 hours, going to 6 or so before they got back in. And when they got back, I didn't carry my face and be doing like, I'll see, how can you people keep me there waiting? That and many more. So it wasn't only I knew how to do the skills very well, yes, but also, do you have respect? Do you have home training? Is your head correct? You know what I mean? Because I've really seen in this our industry some people that are almost like their head is not. You know what I mean? Forgive me, but you know your head needs to be in the right space. Even if they did not teach you well from home, you have to teach yourself. So that is one advice. Then number 2 advice, and that's my last, so we can wrap up, is that when you're start small. Everybody always says, I want to start a business, I want to start a business. And the first thing they're thinking is, I want to get a shop, I want to rent it. No, you don't have any proof of concept. You don't know if anybody wants to buy from you. So start with your friends. Have you done their makeup? Is it fine? Have you done your own? Start with your own face first. Every time you go, let people say, oh, you're so beautiful, I like your makeup. Let them say that one first. You have not done makeup on your face. You want to start doing people's makeup. You don't even know how the thing feels on the face. So if you don't test it on your face and you do it for somebody else and the person hates the way their makeup feels, they won't come back to you and they won't tell you. So first of all, test it on your stuff. Then when you test it, that's when do it around people. Then see if people, your friends and stuff, most times your friends may not pay, but see if other people from outside are willing to pay you first. So if they start buying from you, if they start small, that's when you will know. And even still then, don't rush to open a shop. It is the trap that they put for us that they do in Nigeria. They'll say open a place. Open a Facebook page, open an Instagram page, open a TikTok page. You use your house address. Start from home, start working, mobile first, make a lot of money, have proof that you really need the studio before you get it. Because people, and it's a pain point for me, it's something that most people don't know. If you're a hair salon, fantabulous, people will come in to do hair any time of the week. But most times, makeup, except even if you have contracts for like with TV and stuff like that, most of them you go to their sets. So that shop is sitting down Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Most times, maybe some Thursdays you see people, now that it is a thing to do event on Thursday and Saturday, they'll leave Friday open. Yes. So almost out of 7 days, you have only 3 days that you're working. And then you now start, and you pay the shop rent, you probably pay service charge, you pay some staff to work with you, bills, you pay transportation to the place. By the time, that's when you now start shouting out, this business is not paying me, I'm not making money. I had so much money when I was single and working from my parents' house because I didn't have any bills, extra bills. Those things are extra bills. People don't share the information. It's very important. All those China industries and stuff, you will see their presence online so big. When you get there, you will see it's one small room like this that they're operating from. So it's not the space you're working from. The space is in your head. It's online. Take up as much space you can online and just manage yourself and save as much and get as much as you can. Don't let anybody push you. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you. And what a valuable 2 cents that was. You see, first of all, from the first advice I took out, talent may get you through the door, but your attitude determines your altitude. And from the second one, I took out be sure that you have the clientele to justify the overheads that you're going to run up for yourself. And I like the fact that you talked about the Chinese company. My goodness, you hear Chung Kun Chung Furniture Company, and you're following them, you're so mesmerized, you get to the place.
What
It's
is
even in
this?
Nigeria that they try to have big outlets. In China, it's just you
Also,
get, and then also they have understood and perfected the concept of shared spaces. And they're even replicating it right now in Nigeria. They will rent a duplex, and one room is for making medicine, the next room is for making powder, the next room is for making insecticide, the next room is for making beverage, and they'll write Chung Ping Chung group of companies. And then you are here, you're just yourself, like you explained, and you just go get yourself a place. You get a shop, and then you're paying everything by yourself. And like Fumi has analyzed, you're really not doing anything in that space from Monday to Wednesday. So why do you need the space? You need to rethink it, young lady, and try to save, get your as much money as possible, and build up on your capital and on your potentials to be able to exist and compete in this marketplace. Fumi confirms that the industry is nice, is buoyant. It's somewhere
absolutely.
you can do your stuff legitly and become all that you can become.
I've
And
been in it
on
for 20 years. This same industry.
for how many years you say?
20 years, 2 decades, 20 years.
20 years of Abeke Makeover Limited. So you can imagine that is not subsistent farming. What she's
No.
talking about is something that has been thought about, and she has consistently built on it. And all we have heard today from Fumi is ways and methods of balancing your creativity and your business to achieve success in life. And so at this point, I will say thank you so very much, Abike. I said I wasn't going to be calling you Fumi, but I've called you
I was
Fumi
laughing in my head.
interchangeably.
Yeah,
So thank you so much, Abike, for sharing your wisdom with us today. It just shows
my pleasure.
that you are not a flash in the pan, that you are actually someone who has built something, and it takes a lot of resilience, a lot of strength and determination and passion to build up something and remain relevant for 2 decades. So it's been an enlightening conversation. Um, Looking ahead from where I'm sitting, it's exciting to speculate on future trends in Gele fashion. I know that it's even going to get better.
Yes, because we're
It's
getting people from other cultures. First of all, now everybody wants to wear. Have you noticed the trend on Instagram and stuff? You will see once they come to Nigeria like this, they even do get ready with me because they're wearing our outfits and stuff like that. So
exactly.
the way hats were exported to us to
Mhm.
where once you wear your English outfit, you wear now
That's the
our
way
own
we're
fashion is
exporting our
people.
Autogeleby.
So I sell
Exactly.
Autogele on like Etsy and stuff, which is an international website for handcrafted stuff. That
Yeah.
website, I have it besides the normal UK, US, Canada, Australia that people buy from, France, Switzerland. Like people are buying from random places, Bangladesh.
Wow.
Yes, yes.
Interesting.
So
Very,
plenty
very
places like that.
interesting.
So I ca- I
So
can't I can only imagine what the future will
yeah,
bring.
and it's safe to say that we
Our
can
own
expect more innovative designs and techniques,
definitely.
and that we are going
We're
to
not stopping.
further see a blend of tradition and modern
And
fashion as Autogele even matures and
yes,
gets on to the third and fourth generation of its
God's
existence.
grace. God's
Yeah.
grace.
So,
Right.
everyone, thank you for listening in. Let's keep this conversation going on social media using the hashtag #UpYouWithEzinne. Yeah. Before we wrap up, I'd like to remind you about the upcoming Up You Women Conference 2024. It's an event you won't want to miss. It's packed with inspiring speakers and empowering sessions. So, whether you choose to attend virtually or in person, make sure you secure your spot and let's continue to uplift and empower ourselves. Log on to www.opuconferences.com for further details. And to conclude today's conversation, the evolution of the Gele is a fascinating journey from its traditional roots to its modern, ready to wear innovations. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed all of our discussions today with Abeke, our cultural heritage and the fashion innovation. She's taking us all the way to Switzerland, Australia, everywhere. And she's brought us right back to Lagos, Nigeria. And that is the power of the mind and the power of creativity and innovation. And we should all tap into it. So this is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Up You with Ezinne. Get copies of our book, Up You, and When Adversity Strikes, Fight, and the latest one, Recalibration Blueprint, Stepping into Your Best Self. You can see that Fumi is living her best life in her best self, even as she keeps evolving and evolving. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week, starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, the callers, the engineers on duty, the amazing OPU team. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed the exploration of cultural heritage and fashion innovation. Till I come your way same time next week. Keep finding yourself and your purpose. Stay lifted. My name, as always, is Ezinne Kufure Kanem, and from Fumi and myself, no scratch that. From Abike and myself, it's up you. Brilliant. Okay, bye now, everyone. Thank you for joining.